Be nice. So we're going to have different organisations presenting, doing a little pitch, isn't it? But 10 minutes is quite a long time. We've cut it back to 7. Can we make it 5? Can we give them like 1 minute and see how they get on? 5. Okay. 5 minutes, yeah? Okay. All right, guys. So, no pressure. This is a Dragon's Den thing. And at the end of each pitch, I'd like you to do either that, means would you invest your money? Maybe. Yes. And that's no. And anyone who says yes, can we go around with a bucket and collect their cash? Do people use cash nowadays? We'll take any form of currency, including foreign currency. Right, so, dum dum dum. Who's first? That's you, isn't it? I have to look for a face and then something that's similar. I think that's you. Oh no, it's not. Right, go for it, Martin. Remember, no pressure, and we'll do a vote at the end. This is part of the presentation. Ta-da!
It's okay. Can you hear me well? Amazing. Very nice to meet you all. My name is Martin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Calliope, and today we're going to be talking about mental health. Mental health is probably the largest challenge we're going to face in terms of healthcare in our society. Every year we spend up to 4% of GDP on this matter, and this is the case for 3 reasons. 1, prevalence of diseases like depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder are super high. 2, those patients relapse a lot. Relapse rate is 50% within 12 months. And 3, those hospitalizations lead to huge cost, huge suffering, and leads to unemployment. So why did nobody crack this problem before? First, it's a very complex clinical problem. It's a lot of symptoms that are interrelated. 2 patients with the same diagnosis will probably have very different symptoms. If you think about depression, people think about like being anxious, being depressed, when in reality you also have like sleep disorders, cognitive disorders, sometimes psychosis. So a lot of symptoms to monitor at the same time, and it's very complex. So one could argue, why don't we ask like questionnaires, self-reported questionnaires to patients so that they can assess their own symptoms, and this way we would anticipate any relapse. Well, this doesn't really apply for serious mental illnesses for 2 reasons. 1, something called anosognosia. So like severe patients don't really know when they're good or when they're bad. And 2, adherence. So adherence to protocol treatments is really low in psychiatry. And when you look at these questionnaires for assessing the sole symptom of depression, it's long, depressing, boring, so like patients are very unlikely to do it. And here we are. With Calliope, we're developing a multimodal, speech-based AI technology that is developed to assess most mental health symptoms for schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and depression. And how does it work? So we analyze patients' voice, so both how they speak and what they say. We're going to be combining this with sleep data, activity level, clinical context like diagnosis, treatments, and so on. And from that, we're going to be able to make some assessments like symptoms like anxiety, depression, insomnia, cognitive issues, psychosis. And this way, we would be able to like be robust to comorbidities and very complex clinical pictures, and we won't rely on those very lengthy and boring self-reported questionnaires. So how does it work practically speaking? So patients will have an app they will download, and people will decide how and when they will be analyzed. Some will prefer an active mode where they will hold a voice journal, doing like a 1-minute voice test once a week, and this will be enough for us to monitor their symptoms. Other patients will decide for a more passive approach where they will consent that we analyze select conversations like from friends and family, for example. For practitioners, first we help them retrieve all of the data that we know on the patient, so past prescription, blood samples, hospitalization reports, whatever, and we build a first patient summary to help them save some time. We also list all of the past medication that were tried on these patients, why there were some switches and so on. So this is designed to make them save some time, but this also helps calibrate our algorithm because, again, we take into account current diagnosis, current and past treatments, and all of the subjective notes that you can find in clinical history. Of course, we help psychiatrists monitor symptoms over time. So what you see on the slide is a patient suffering from major depression that we've been monitoring for 4 months. And as you can see, we've been assessing symptoms like insomnia, depression, anxiety, just from the sound of their voice. And it helps psychiatrists like figure out whether the treatments are prescribing are efficient or whether the patient is about to relapse. So we're now expanding to UK. We think we're quite different versus the existing players. So virtual wards are quite popular in the UK. However, if they were to go in psychiatry, they would solely rely on self-reported questionnaires, which have their limits, again, in serious mental illnesses. And you also have some digital biomarker companies that focus on one symptom, one modality, but aren't really robust in real life and aren't pursuing a CE marking certification. Calliope numbers, so we have 7 ongoing clinical trials in France, totaling 1,000 patients, 2,000 controls. We have some patents, we have some papers, we've raised some money. That the 3 co-founders, that's myself and Rachid and Sonia, who are both researchers from the academic world. And yeah, in a nutshell, so there are many reasons for reaching out, so please do. My email is martin@calliope.com. And if you're interested in doing clinical research for validating our technology for UK speakers, being beta tester of our platform, or if you work for a mental health provider or NHS trust, please do reach out. Thank you very much.
Would you invest or not? Let's do that. Look at that. Everyone's in. Go and collect their cash, will you? We've got time for one question. Thank you for running to time. One question. Go for it. Quick question and a quick answer. Otherwise, it's just boring you watching stuff, isn't it? Remember, you're a dragon.
Hi, my name's Alex. I work for the ambulance service here in London. And obviously a lot of the people that we come across in our calls day to day are mental health. I can understand accessing and getting people to give that feedback is particularly hard, but the quite acute presentations that we see, I can't imagine people sort of having this on their phones, for example, of homelessness, etc. Are there any other options that you're exploring that aren't just digital and relying upon these kind of assessments?
God, she's mean.
So if I rephrase your question.
She said, how can you do it? That's all chronic stuff and a bit complicated to do. How can you assess someone's mental health acutely?
I think we are designed for acute mental illnesses. So I think the mildest cases of anxiety, depression, they are like well aware of the symptoms and they can assess the self-reported questionnaire. So all of the trials we do, all of the testing of our product are designed for serious mental illnesses. And of course, it's a digital-based approach, but it always comes in with like mental health practitioners that will help. So this comes on top, essentially. So more markers, more often, and
very good.
This could be used as a...
And it's, I presume you've got some red flag things in there, so somebody says something, then you'd flag it up to the clinician.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, thank you so much. Another round of applause for you. So 2 rounds of applause. Silbo. Right, if you drag this out for ages, then you won't get any questions and you won't get any applause and you won't get any investment. So 6 minutes, go for it.
Hello everyone. My name is Antoine. I'm the CEO and the founder of Silbo. We are going to talk about operational efficiency in hospitals, especially in patient flow management, capacity management, bed management. So we are a company based in Rennes, in Brittany. We are 35 people working in the company. We have only 200 customers, institutions working with us in France and Switzerland. We are a break-even company and growing pretty good this year. So what we do with Silbo, you can do with Silbo, you can visualize, control, and plan all those operations in one place in our software. So we will address problems like bed management, capacity management, operating theaters and imaging complexity, stretcher transportation, portering transportation, biocleaning, medical transport in one platform. What to expect with Silbo? 0 patient waiting in corridors. That's what we achieve in a hospital in France. 6 new patients per bed per year. So it has a huge impact in terms of efficiency. 2 to 4 new cases per operating room per month. Mental discharge for users, and hours saved per day for people working in the institutions. So here is our customers. It represents more than 8 million stays each year we manage in the platform. It's quite challenging, but yes, we're working on it. So to present you the platform, with Silbo you can anticipate, visualize, and plan all the patient flow management. So you will visualize the beds available, manage your indicators, optimize your patient length of stay. I've heard the chairman of NHS talking about that just before my intervention. And most importantly, improve the quality of work life for doctors, nurses working in the hospitals. What we do also is we help users with AI support, decision support. So this little guy will help you identify the opportunities in terms of, okay, can we have an opportunity to take this patient out from the emergency department to a service? So the right bed on the right time for the right patient. We really focus on user experience. We want to make a product very simple to use. No needs to formation, no needs to training a lot. Okay, it's very to use. You can use it with drag and drop, touch screens. And we work also at institutions level, but also in terms of territory. So we bring all the pathway of the patient at a level of a region. What we are looking for a partner in the UK. Someone who knows that it's more about change management and transformation than technology. We talk about a lot of technology, but 80% of the problem is more human and change management. So we need to find someone who understands that to distribute our product. Why now? I think I can understand that it's kind of a priority in all Europe, and especially in the NHS. And we have a proven success in France, as we won 2 on 3 public tender against competitors, famous competitors. So if you want to talk to me, thank you.
Thank you very much. Round of applause. Right, vote. Would you put your money in? Yes, no, maybe? A lot of people feeling very generous. You know, the funny thing is, it's the same people invested last time. One thing you mentioned in your presentation was to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Is that a split infinity?
No.
What is that?
Nobody wants a grammar lesson now. I'll explain it later. No one wants a grammar lesson. Stop it. Okay. The verb to be, if you put something in between to and be, that's a split infinitive. To infinity is not a verb.
But it works for Star Wars,
I
doesn't
didn't
it?
get the question, sorry.
it's a grammatical question. It's right. Any real questions for? I think this is the answer to the productivity question, isn't it? So we're supposed to be delivering a lot more productivity for what resource we have. And it seems that that's exactly what you're doing. I suppose the main question I've got is, does it link to the electronic patient record?
Of course, yes.
Does it link to the main hospital on like Cerner and stuff?
That's most of the time that's a huge challenge. It's a project that are hard to bring, hard to achieve. For a new institution, like a big one, it takes like 1 year to implement the system. But that's why I talk more about change management and people management, change transformation, that technology. But yes, our platform makes the interoperability with.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Have a chat with Al about split infinitives. Right, we have got the next person. We have another round of applause, guys. Sidem, thank you.
Can I take this? Great. Hi. Hello, everyone. Oh, what's going on? Right. Hi, everyone. We'll be talking about something the English invented, vaccination. We'll be talking about empowering vaccination systems. We provide expert vaccination advice for everyone. I want to start off with this quote. Vaccination is the most effective public health intervention, second only to clean water, for disease prevention. While I have no doubt everyone here in the audience has access to clean drinking water, is everyone here up to date with their vaccinations? It's difficult to tell, actually, because the last time the immunization guidelines were published in a single book, it ran for 500 pages. So these rules are very complex. It's a good thing for the benefit and cost to risk ratio, but the rules are very difficult to follow. And what's more, the rules change really fast. Here's an example. They were updated within the last month. So very frequent updates. And thirdly, 20 to 30% of the population may be vaccine hesitant, increasing the potential of outbreaks of vaccine preventable diseases. So there you have it. The vaccination challenge is that the rules are complex, they change rapidly, and public hesitancy hinders program effectiveness. And the good news is we have the solution for this. And the Sidem solution for this is a vaccination clinical decision support system based upon individual characteristics. What does that mean? It means for patients, we take their age, sex, health conditions, environment, all the relevant information, in it goes, and then we can provide immunization recommendations. It's all automated. And how it works exactly is that in every country you've got national vaccination experts, like the one we saw earlier, the Green Book, that publish rules, and then we transform these rules into computer system clinical decision support rules, clinical decision system rules, and these rules provide yield recommendations, and every recommendation has got the justification, which is it refers to the rule that yielded the recommendation. So that's our system, and then we can provide this information to both health professionals to advise them on how they should vaccinate their patients, and the citizens, so that they can better understand why vaccinations are recommended to them. So in the UK, what it would look like is, and what we are hoping to achieve is that the JCVI, the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunization, which publishes the rules, enters a collaboration process so that we can transform the rules into these computer system rules, and we make this into a provable system, automated and tested. It's not AI, it doesn't hallucinate because it's a formal system, and then through our APIs we can feed this information into the NHS app or medical software for hospitals or GPs. Our system has been used in France for over 10 years. It's been used in Luxembourg since 2022 and is currently being implemented in 5 other European countries: Belgium, Portugal, Greece, Poland, and Latvia. We think the UK is in a great situation for us to implement our system because the UK, the NHS is deploying digital vaccination records, and the UK vaccination guidelines are clear and consistent, so ideal case for us to implement our system. And once again, the key benefits are that we ensure consistency and we support decision-making by health professionals. We combat misinformation because we provide the citizens with personalized, justified, well-argued recommendations. And all of this is done in a timely and accurate manner. Every time the guidelines are updated, we immediately update the recommendations. It works for everyday routine medicine, but also in times of crises. We all remember how quickly the rules were changing during the COVID crisis. And lastly, the SIADM solution can be deployed and tuned for a country within a few months. And we've developed within the European Uvabeco project a detailed implementation plan that adapts to national health systems. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. If you are interested, come see us if you want to make vaccination easy and help health professionals do accurate vaccination recommendations and provide citizens with justified recommendations. Thank you very much.
Another amazing presentation. Right, thumbs up, down, or more thumbs up. At least the people at the front row who were investing.
Yeah, the people at the front
just
row
run out of
backing
cash.
me up.
Oh no, they've just gone to the bank and got some more.
Yeah.
Any questions? Mean ones, please. No. Just a quick one. Who's your customer? Is it a country?
Yes. Well,
Is it the government?
Well, yes, because this is a bit of a our customer is health authorities because they're the ones who really benefit from it's public health really that benefits, and so it is a bit of a centralized solution.
Okay, and travel vaccinations, is that included?
Yeah, we also do travel vaccinations. We have a project that does this, but our focus is really firstly on the national
Green
guidelines.
Book. That's a nice primary care one. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Right, next up is IMS medication. Well done.
My name is Gilbert Froment. I am working for IMS Medication, a French company. So, IMS Medication manufactures secure single-use pill dispensers, which are distributed in France under the Medicimo brand to help chronic patients adhere to their treatment regimens. Pill dispensers are distributed in hospitals and clinics and retirement house by the means of medication carts, which can be motorized by IMS Medication. We are using electric wheels for this. So, we are a team at your service. IMS Medication design and manufacture medical devices to help patients take their medication properly. We are recruiting distributors worldwide today. And we are producing several millions of pill boxes manufactured in our factory near Paris, 20 kilometers from Paris. Our advantage? A long experience at your service, impeccable quality at the best price, and I repeat, at the best price, and compliance with European standard. All of our products are medical device step 1. So we can propose with our product a PDA, which is it is a software able to prepare through a pharmacist word application. The pharmacist collect and shares treatment and compliance data in digital form to improve management and contribute to proper use of the drug. Our product now, there is a large catalog of products which are Medipack, Medipack Box, etc., etc. Medipack is for 1 week. Medipack Box is able to distribute the product day per day in a specific box. Medipack Plus, we can repack medicine in the original packaging because the blisters are very large. Mono 28 to distribute 1 month or pill of medicine. And also a new series with Mono Plus MP, able to be detachable for each moment of medication. What is important is that as we are our own producer and we have our own machines, we're able to manufacture your product in the size we want, in the logo we want, in the color we want, to have a good product for you. For example, the first one is Medissimo in France, which are using our machine, but we work with Apax in Belgium, in Spain with La Pastilla, in Italy, in Korea. So look our 2 of our machine able to produce more of 10 millions of pill box per year. Each machine can do it. It's so simple but so complicated to produce pill box as you want with the size you want. Some other product, software application for your smartphone, reusable pill box and pill box. So thanks for your attention. Many
Very
thanks.
much.
Thanks for applause.
Thank you very much.
And happy to see you in the B6 box for Business France. Thanks.
Right. Time to vote. Yes, no, maybe. We've got lots of yeses.
Yes, thanks.
Right. Any questions? I've got a quick one. So I love that machine. I think I'll need one of those just for me in a couple of years. My knees are already hurting and stuff. Does the boxes include the tablets? Do you do the tablets as well?
Yes, yes.
Because normally the
Yes,
Dorset
you see,
boxes in the UK.
We tell tablet, we tell the blister.
In the UK, the pharmacy normally does the box.
Yeah. We deliver the tablet to be able to prepare very easy each pill box. Yes.
And there's one more feature, isn't there? That it doesn't have to be the whole box. It can be unit dispensation, so you don't have like the whole month. And you can have it branded in whatever you want. So how do you deliver it to the person's home?
No, not today, not for the moment, but we try to do this.
Okay, very interesting. And I noticed on your slide, actually, your software is called PDA or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is a license.
In the UK, that's
it is a license
public
coming from
displays of
Medissimo.
affection.
Sorry?
In the UK, that means public display of affection.
Yeah.
So that's like you and me holding hands, like that. Okay, thank you very much. On to the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
R plus. I'll keep saying plus until you get on stage. R plus. Right. It's really interesting, actually, while it's getting set up, that there's so many European organisations coming to the UK. Like, maybe the NHS is all right and it's a place where people want to come and work. Who knows? Oh, Jesus, God, Sue Giant there. You know, I don't even get paid for this gig. So I should be saving lives, seeing coughs and colds, but instead, oh, I'm just wasting time. Just go for it.
Hi. Hi, I'm Christophe and I'm going to show you R++. So medical doctor doing research have just crazy idea, brilliant idea, like opening the brain of people and then they wake up them and then they begin to talk to them and or creating some new organ with 3D printers. And then it works. It seems crazy, but it works. And then they have to publish article. And in order to publish article, they have to do some statistics. And they hate that. Statistics software are just nightmare, and statistics it's nightmare as well. So we create R++. R++ is a user-friendly statistical analysis software. The learning time is about an hour, and then they perform medical doctor perform statistics 5 to 10 times faster than with any other statistical software. And I'm not going to ask you to believe me. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to do something like cleaning data, making t-test, linear regression or logistic regression, survival curve, and maybe table one, but all that in Word in 2 minutes. Can we switch? Oh. Can we turn the
Suspense is building. Can it do?
So that's R++.
Prepare to be amazed.
On the left, there is all the steps that we should do in the analysis. So first, I will have to import my data. This is my data. I click it, import it. I have all my column here. And here I click, I have all the graphical display to check the data. So here, all my column with all the graphical. And here, on this graph, I can see that it's a high. And the high, I see there children who is 12 meters high. I don't know in England, 12 meters high in French, it's quite a lot. So it's abnormal value. I click here, it sorts the data, and here is a 12 meters high, so I can erase it. So I can clean all my data that way. Then when my data are clean, I go to statistical test. I select the column I want to test. So for example, today it's statistical shock. It comes here on the right. Here I click, I get all the tests, all the graphical display, and here I get all the statistical tests. And it selects the correct one between two binary variable. Where is my mouse here? Between two binary, it selects chi-square and Fisher exact test, and between binary and numerical, it selects student t-test and Wilcoxon. And if I want to export it, I promise I want to put it in Word. So I take the graphical, I put it in my Word. I want it bigger. I want my student t-test here. I copy and paste it in Word. And if I don't know how to redact my article, I have here a suggestion of written my article. And here is my article directly in the answered in the result. I promise you logistic regression. I go there. Here is how to write it. First, select the variable to explain. Here, and then the explanatory variable. I click, I click, I click. Select my variable and copy my logistic regression. Go back to my article, and here is my logistic regression. To make a survival curve, it's not harder. Just select survival curve. I select my time variable, my statue variable, my group variable to get the log rank, and then to make my Cox model, I select my variable, and I have a Cox model. And for the table one, not harder. I just go there, select the group variable. I mean, table one is not very hard to do. It's just so time consuming. So and then I go here, I copy my table 1, go in my article, and I paste. And here's my table 1. I say,
Oh, that's worth a round of applause.
I said 2.5 minutes, and it was only 2 minutes. I can go back to my slide now.
Oh my God, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But I'm not
Absolutely
objective.
no idea what that meant.
I'm not
It looked
objective, it's
so
my
cool.
baby, but I agree. So my client, 2 major clients, almost all the French hospital, and Ramsay, and maybe NHS. It depends of what people I'm going to meet here. The future, we already integrate some ChatGPT in R++. So instead of asking questions or trying to find some help, we do not provide a mini tutorial because it's very easy, but we will maybe add one about statistics. Come to us if you're a member of HIN and you want that in your trust. If you're an ECRF, because they collect data, we analyze data, so the wedding will be perfect. Or if you're a member of royal family, because my daughter asked me a picture, selfie with the queen. I do not tell her the queen is dead, but any member of royal family will be perfect. And that's it. If you have any question, I will be delighted.
Oh my God, that's amazing. 7 seconds early, well done. I'm lost for words. Would you put your money into that, whatever that was? That's everyone. Oh my goodness. It's questions. Any questions? Right. Remember, you're in the dragon's den, right? So you got to be a bit mean. It's okay, he can handle it.
Okay, that's a great software for doctors, or nurses, or people to use, but it's very important. It's very important to let the people know that they should be somehow get trained in order to be able to assess which test they need to use in order to have a valid result. So I think it would be like an extra point, like to provide tutorials for doctors and other people that use the software to have like results that we can rely on.
Very good question, because what they're saying is the product shouldn't be just that software. It needs to be a service as well, right? Because I would not know what any of that.
The main idea, I'm not sure I understand correctly, but the main idea is to let doctor to be autonomous, because in France there is biostatistic department, but they have a tremendous amount of work, so they do not have time to help doctor. Maybe the top doctor in the hospital, but all the others, they have to do work by themselves. But in addition, we provide some training, 12-hour training to check all the basic statistics. So we don't sell R++, we sell R++, and in addition, we remind them what is chi-square, what is student t-test, what is logistic regression, and all that. We don't give them a race car without driving lessons.
Thank you very much. I do consider myself to be a top doctor. Is that right, Sarah, who I work with? Yeah. I have no idea what any of that was about. So some top doctors do need a bit more help than others. I'll just get one of the juniors to do it. But it's a fair point. I think if you're going to do a product, then put the training-y bits around that. It's a really good tip. Thank you so much. Best product demo I've seen. And we're going to go straight on to Orasi Health. Well done. No idea about stats all these years. Oh, sorry. Quantix. So beg your pardon. Hope you got present.
Yes?
Okay. Hope you got a nice product demo for us.
Hello everyone, I'm Fabian from Quantic. 1 billion medical devices are required every year to make primary medicine, RPM, remote patient monitoring, and only 1/10 of those needs are covered. That's why we decided to dematerialize medical devices and make them available on what we all have on our pocket, which is, of course, a smartphone. So it goes. So what do we do with that? We take measures, we take metrics, we take your heart rate, we take your breathing rate, we take your HRV, heart rate variability, and a stress index, Bayevsky stress index. And we going fast to get some more metrics, such as atrial fibrillations, which are the main cause for strokes. This metric will come in 2026. Now we are already medical device class 2A in Europe. It's going to be the next days, but before the end of 2024, I swear. What I cannot swear, but we cross the fingers for that, should be okay for FDA in summer 2025. We've launched the process and the studies. We consider this is the most efficient solution for healthcare since it is very easy to integrate. It's SaaS-based API, so it's 2 days to integrate, super fast. It's highly interoperable. You don't need to mess with hardware. Everything works together. And of course, it is highly scalable, which is the objective, of course. We are highly precise, probably the highest precision in this tiny market. We have tested over 4,000 people now, and our clinical study has been done over 4 hospitals with almost 500 patients. The study, by the way, has been selected by ESC, a European Society of Cardiology, and presented at the Congress last year in Amsterdam. One important figure is that with this solution, you save up to 21% of medical time. Quite interesting. How does it work? Apart a little bit of magic, we analyze how light is absorbed by the hemoglobin circulating underneath your face. We get a signal, we analyze the signal with AI, with our algorithms, and we get back the information to the application. Who is this for? This is for all of you guys, I hope. So if you are a solution provider, an editor of solution, if you are an insurance group or pharma group, you will have of course, use cases for one-shot measurements. Let's take, for instance, at emergency units, or for health monitoring if you need to be monitored at home. This is it. Here we are. We are Quantic. We're 12. We will be much more next year and in the next months. Do not hesitate to come to me for any demonstration. It will be my pleasure. And that's it.
Yay, thank you very, very much. Are you going to put your hands in your pockets for this one? This front row is like loaded. I'm not entirely sure they're going to cash out.
I had one question, sorry, myself. Is there anybody hungry here? So if so, thumb up. No?
Anyone angry? Anyone hungry? Everyone's hungry. Questions. Remember, you've got to be mean, otherwise, it's boring.
I mean, fascinating technology. How do you account for the, like my camera on my phone is crap, and my husband's Samsung, it takes much better pictures. How do you harmonize across, the diverse, cell phone universe?
You mean, is it agnostic according to the cell phone you have?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Except if you've got a very first generation in the past century cell phone. But no, seriously, if you've got a five-year-old or 6-year-old cell phone, either iOS or Android is going to work. Since it's very tolerant solution, we don't need that much definition on the camera. Basic one mega is enough. Finally, all we need is network, is Wi-Fi or is some internet. since this is an API, SaaS API solution. We need at the minimum some internet. But light quality of your cell phone doesn't really matter.
Just steal your husband's Samsung. That just doesn't sound, that seems to be more of a relationship issue. That's not for this conference. I do want to ask you a sort of serious-ish question. So what about ethnicities, skin colour and all that? Have you tested on different ethnicities?
Yeah, good question. The fact is, since we analyze the micro variations of color in the skin, it can be more difficult to get when you've got a phototype, very high phototype. You know, it's from 1 to 6. And 6 is very, very dark. You find those skins in Congo, for instance, in Nigeria. You see almost blue skins. And we've made studies there to get some data to improve even more our algorithm. So precision, very good question, because the precision is good. It has to be better, and we're working again and again with captations on site to improve our model.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Another round of applause. Right, and straight on to the. Are you guys knackered? You must be. Go on, you can go. I'll keep him occupied whilst you get yourself ready. Now, does anyone know any good jokes? Oh, I've got one actually. So I heard you the other day. So, are you ready, or shall I keep? So a man says, "Oh, I need a heart," and he says, "You need a heart transplant." So you can either have one of a 20-year-old person who basically was fitting well, had a road traffic accident, or you can have one from a middle-aged businessman who's 45 and, you know, doesn't really look after himself, but, you know, youngish. Or you can have it from a 75-year-old lawyer. Which heart did you choose? Any answers? You look like you...
It's got to be the last one, but I'm waiting for that.
Because the lawyer's heart's never been used. Right, over to you, sir. And that's one way to get rid of a crowd. Don't put that on social media, because then...
Right.
Go for it.
Ready to go? So good afternoon, everyone. My name's Konstantin Pavlidis. I am a cognitive scientist, integrative medical practitioner, and a clinical psychologist, been practicing for more than 3 decades. And I have put together a system that is being presented today based on a scale-up, basically. I've been in the business 30 years, and the business itself, the Oracy, is an integrative medical practice that takes tech that is biologically based, so human biological technology, based on light, sound, electricity, magnetism, Tesla plasma, and radio waves as an interface between allopathy, which is the standard Western medical system, and the complementary, alternative, and traditional medical system. So we've got something that's visible and tangible based on the 6 forms of energy that we are aware of, acting as an interface between these 2 medical systems. That was the original foundation of Oracy. And the more important part, I've been a traumatologist dealing with injuries, rehabilitation of injuries, also for 30 years, as well as the psychology. So my experience is unusual in terms of understanding the body-mind interface, the impact of the thoughts and feelings on your physical body, and how we measure this through the nervous system, hormonal system, and the body electric. So I've gathered a lot of data over the decades to build a system. Consequently, my introduction today is looking at mental health. And we know that mental health has increased by 40% globally since the pandemic. There is a new epidemic which we are aware of, and we're trying to find solutions mostly through CBT and either drugs or group therapy sessions and activities such as meditative techniques, which I know as Satipatthana, which is the mind practitioners. So, let's look at mental health being the 6th largest contributor to non-fatal health loss globally at the moment. Also, mental health in the USA has increased by 40% since around 2019. That's a statistic by the end of 2020, costing around 1.5 billion, where the cost to the government and the socio-economic system is concerned. Mental health in Europe, this is an older statistic, but at this point in time, it's gone to well over 100 million people, costing around 600 billion per year. Now, mental health in the UK, around 13 million people, which equates to about 50% of the population, are registered mental health patients. That means an entire spectrum between panic attack and stress, anxiety, looking at then the impact that has on OCD, ADHD, ADD, and moving into, from there, other disorders which are degenerative, including Alzheimer's and dementia, as well as the autistic syndrome. So our solution is using 2 devices. One actually is measuring what is present between the sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system by capturing photonic emissions from your fingertips generated by the device. And then the second device, which is a therapeutic one, uses light-emitting diodes and isochronic tones and beats. If anyone's interested, you can go and check this out at F7, just around the corner outside. Now, the key factor within this is how that tech that I've been working with over the last 14 years is applied to this new startup, the Real AI Lab. It's not machine learning, it's about using algorithms that interface between an inorganic device and an organic being, a person, in real time. So the client steps into a chamber wearing a haptic multi-sensor suit and other monitoring equipment, including EEG and ECG. The AI detects signals from the wearables via the sensors in the cameras, which are located at 360 degrees within the chamber. Then a template of behavior is established and further generated based on movement, self-recognition, and perception, and is then recreated via your biofeedback. This data is then used to formulate a 3D virtual model of the person and is used as the foundation of self-learning. This is a mechanism that helps you to get to understand yourself through your own interface in real time. So it's based on numerous parameters from the devices, developing skills such as spatial awareness, gravity and balance, cognitive acuity, interactive communication skills, psychomental and emotional management for mental health. So the main directions of the applications, it's a predictive model for mental health. It generative model for therapy sessions in the here and now. These sessions are therapy which are custom made every single time you go into the chamber. So basically the AI does iterations for you. Then it's learning how to learn based on your own biofeedback. So information coming from you through an interface that's immersive fully and helps you to get to understand many aspects of yourself in terms of your health, your psychomental and emotional connection. So the wearable design for the data capture, ECG, HRV, GSR, EEG, movement tracking, oxygen uptake, and eye tracking. That's what we have for now. That's the beginning of the process. Oh, there should be one more. What happened? Oh, so this is a new medical standard based on a 5P model that is predictive, preventative, personalized, participatory, so that you are involved in the process. You're not passive here. You're fully active, fully present, fully aware, and fully engaged. And finally, this enhances the performance in daily life. So that is the presentation. That's the startup part of what I've been doing over the last 14 years with these 2 devices. This chamber has been developed by DataViv. They already exist. They are training staff of the United Nations in the UN, in headquarters, which is in Geneva, for Europe. They have labs already established in India and in the US, Kenya, as well as it is Vietnam. And I'm a partner of theirs, and we are establishing a lab at the Odyssey in East London, basically at Canary Wharf. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. That does sound really cool. I might get one for me at home. Any questions? I mean, it sounds amazing. What I reckon you should go and do is go to that stand, which F7.
F7 is just around the corner
and give
outside
it a try.
where the food is.
But, like, can I jump the queue? If there's a queue, can I get to the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll remember your face.
Thanks.
It's all good.
Right, just forget this lot here. Don't go to F7. Just, like, that's...
Yeah, if you're interested to find out more about the existing tech, because this was about sharing with everyone a forthcoming, that's what the startup is about. It's brand new and no one has developed an interface between inorganic and organic AI. And that's literally what you're doing here in what we're doing, but what you will be doing if you engage in the process. Because it's a learning process and a journey, and we're capturing data about you, for you, and assisting you to understand yourself and how you can perform better in life.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more little round of applause. IntelliProve, we're nearly there now, we're nearly there. If you play your cards right, if I play my cards right, I'll try to get one of these little things in my house, and you can just come round and try it out there, because it's what we all need. Right, go for it. 6 minutes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do. Would everyone put money into that last product? Yes, no, maybe? It's a few little maybes. Right, go for it.
Hello everyone, my name is Juri Tulkens. I'm very excited to present you today IntelliProve. It's a game changer in the health tech sector by video-based health monitoring. In fact, we've developed the most powerful health assessment algorithm ever made. So these are current ways of assessing health on online solutions. We are talking about endless surveys, a lot of questions always should be answered to have an idea about health, a lot of wearables, other medical devices that should be coupled to these online solutions. Last but not least, definitely in the case of mental health care, we are talking about emojis. A user has to press on it to say how he's feeling day by day. Let me say this is very limited, it's outdated, and it's time consuming. And that's exactly the reason why we started IntelliProve. We developed an optical software technology to measure different health parameters by performing a face scan. Very fast, within 20 seconds, completely contactless, and without the need of any additional medical device or even no wearables. The only thing an end user needs is a device with a simple camera. It can be a smartphone, can be a tablet, can even be your laptop. In fact, what is happening, we take a look to small color changes in the face, originating from the rhythmic pulsing of the heart. And so every time your heart pumps, blood is distributed towards the blood vessels of your face. And this gives a small color change. This is the starting point of our technology. It's important to say that we are not a separate mobile application. We are a plug-in solution to integrate directly into any external digital healthcare platform. Our end users can use their biomarkers, for example, to generate a general health score, to guide users, patients, to the most relevant content, to do some trend-based analysis. I will dive a little bit deeper into the technology. First of all, we start with the quality check. We check some environmental factors, such as lighting, movement of the patient, distance of the face to the camera. If everything is okay, green screen, and the patient will be able to evolve into face scan. Second step, region of interest detection. We will detect certain areas in the face where the blood perfusion is the most visible. In most cases, it's the forehead, the left and the right cheek. Third step, biomedical signal selection. We extract biomedical signals from the face. An example, PPG signal, a photopathosmogram, exactly the same signal that comes out of like the pulse oximeter from the hospital. You know the pulse oximeter. This is a starting point of extracting different health parameters. We do that by signal processing and machine learning. We literally trained models to make a prediction of certain parameters based on the morphology of a PPG signal, for example. After face scan, a patient will receive access to clinically validated health insights, trend-based analyses, and AI-generated feedback, tips, and recommendations. It's a combination of physiological parameters, heart rate, respiratory rate, but also mental health parameters, heart rate variability, a stress score, autonomous nervous system balance, and so on. It's a unique patient experience that we can create. The more face scans are performed, the more biomarkers that will be unlocked. And at a certain point, the patient, even the medical doctor, can do some progress tracking, can see some trends over time. As I mentioned before, we are not a mobile application. We are a plugin to integrate into your system. It's literally 2 lines of code, a code snippet that should be pasted within your solution in the backends. And in that way, we can end up in your solution completely white labeled. We are currently trained and validated on more than 1 million data points. So it's 1.1 million unique patients where we performed a benchmarking study, comparative analysis between our engine, let's call it a face scan, in comparison to reference devices or reference questionnaires. Reference devices can be pulse oximeter, reference questionnaires, PSS, GAD7, PHQ-9. So in that way, you can have a nice idea about accuracy and precision. On this moment, we have an overall accuracy of 94%. So in 94% of the cases, our measurements will lie within the clinical acceptance criteria. We are fully GDPR compliant, we have our ISO 27001 certification, and we are CE marked as a medical device under the new MDR regulations. We assist our clients before, during, and after launch. For example, we do kickoff, info sessions, a project follow-up, a verification phase, and after the launch, a feedback and a customer success case. We are embedded within 1 hour even. This is what our clients can achieve after 3 months integrating IntelliProof. They see an increase of 13% of their users, of their patients on their solutions. An increase of 20% of patient activation, user engagement, 38% of program success. And this is, of course, the reason why I'm loving my job, a fantastic team. A complementary team, combination of technical and business people. I'll skip this one. And this is why I'm loving, again, my job. Clients that describe our tool as a game changer for their organization and by extension for the entire healthcare sector. So that's the reason why I say let's continue with IntelliProof and save human lives by improving health monitoring. I thank you for your attention.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Is that your natural pose, or were you like actually? Is that how you stand around? Right. Questions? Any questions? I know you're knackered. I know you're hungry. Just hang on, and they've got one more presentation. Any questions? Right. Go. Be mean.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm curious because I've now witnessed 2 similar products. Do I need this? Who are the patients who benefit the most from this ongoing monitoring that you've implemented?
It depends a little bit from use case to use case. What we see, for example, when we are integrated into a certain home monitoring platform that is accessible for the elderly population, we see that's working really well. These are patients or users that do not have wearables or all kind of medical device at home, but they do have a smartphone. It's very easy, just press the button of record button and you can perform the face scan. So the elder population, for example, is a nice population that is benefiting of our tool. I would say it's more used in a preventive setting than in a curative setting. Yeah.
I think the question was, who's your customer? Is it the patients themselves or organizations?
No, it's the platforms. So we are B2B, we are not B2C.
Fine.
So it's not that we are like a mobile application that you can download from the Play Store, but we are integrated into a B2B platform, going from like an app that can be downloaded from Play Store to a platform that is used in hospitals, electronic health records.
I've got another question for you, but where's Wheelshare? Right, you all set? Get yourself ready, because this is the last presentation. But I have got one more question for you. So in our practice, we've got a robot, haven't we? Can you think about how we could use this software in that robot?
I mean, the robot's not being used at the moment. So, I mean, yeah, it would be great if we could integrate with this.
Is it doesn't depend on me, one device and one user. You can have it on one device and multiple users, or not?
Your question is, can it be used on one device and multiple users?
Yes.
Yeah, or the other way around.
So
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can use it, Sarah. And can you plug that robot in? We bought a robot ages ago. You can't use it. It's basically an iPad on wheels. Right. How long do you want to keep on talking? Just right. Last one, and then you get your lunch. Anyone leaves, we'll make a note of your names, and you should be banned from Giant forevermore.
Does it work? Or I have to really? Is it good enough like this? Yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you. No, it's fine. Thank you for the hungry people that stayed. I really, really appreciate that. Picture this. You're in a hospital. You're ready to receive care for any given reason, but you're delayed. Not by the talented doctors of the NHS or by, I don't know, any works going on in the hospital, by something very, very simple, as a missing wheelchair. This is a daily struggle in hospitals everywhere. Patients waiting longer, their independence compromised, staff wasting precious time searching for wheelchairs instead of providing care. Hospitals facing operational inefficiencies with lost, damage, and unavailable equipment. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a real barrier to delivering timely, dignified, and efficient care. Now, if this will work, it will be nice. Okay, cool. Wheelchair tackled those challenges with a simple and innovative approach with our smart, self-service wheelchair rental hubs. Our mission is clear: provide access to high-quality wheelchairs to those who need it most. Operating globally, wheelchair transform mobility challenges into accessible solutions. And here, how it works. Wheelchair Innovate hubs are placed in key hospital locations, making it quick and convenient for patients, visitors, and staff to find and borrow wheelchairs. A simple, intuitive rental process ensures easy access for users and encourage timely returns, keeping the system efficient. Wheelchairs are checked and serviced frequently by us, Wheelchair, to ensure they remain in excellent condition, removing the burden of upkeep from hospital staff. The advantages are clear. For patients, immediate access to wheelchairs, reducing waiting time and stress, reaching appointments on time, enhanced independence throughout the hospital journey. For staff, less time spent on wheelchair management, taking pressure off the staff, improved efficiency for porters and support team. For hospitals, smoother patient flow and fewer delays, reduced costs associated with replacing lost or damaged wheelchairs, and save staff time spending locating the chairs, providing high-quality care and improved patient experience. Wheelchair creates meaningful improvement for everyone in the hospital ecosystem. And another one will start it? No? You know how to start it? You can do it for me. Wonderful.
Before the service started, it took a long time to get my family to their appointment.
There have been times when I've actually bought our own wheelchair in the back of the car.
These are really light and compact.
You can come straight into the front entrance, use the machine, take the wheelchair and take it straight to an appointment.
And you get to use them for as long as you need them and then deposit them at the end of the day.
They're always returned and they're always available.
And this is how simple it is basically to operate the system. It's very similar to the bicycle scheme, Boris bike, Santander bike, however you want to call them. You simply enter your mobile number, you enter your card, and you retrieve a chair. To return, you do the same. It's a foldable chair, so you fold it back. You tap on the unique number each chair has. You enter your detail back, and you return the chair. Wheelchair provide outpatient with free wheelchair rental for the duration set by the hospital or trust, which can range from 1 free hour or even 12 free hours, while our UK average usage time is less than 2 hours per patient that use the service. This process helps to ensure that the wheelchair is returned on time and available for others to use, hence the name wheelchair. Multiple patients can share the chair throughout the day. From an inpatient point of view, porters can use the same system in a slightly different way. Porters and staff can unlock wheelchairs with their staff ID or fob card. Clearly designed wheelchair station helps staff quickly locate chairs when needed, avoiding random placement or hidden chairs. We proved to increase efficiency by more than 20% in international studies, enabling more patient calls per shifts for porters, reduced delays in patient transport to appointment and treatments, and fewer complaints about waiting times. We also partner with port management companies to make I see who's standing up, to make the journey smoother. Sorry. We'll try to finish quickly.
We don't try.
Yeah, we will try.
We've
Some of our numbers, global numbers that you can see over here. This is where we place at the moment globally. We also offer to white label our stations. We offer companies that want to do some more good to come, label it, and the money will go directly to the trust in order to reduce our pricing and manage, hopefully get the system with lower cost as possible to the trust. And also we offer to give back to the NHS. As one of our solution, we call it the charity model, which during the rental process, there's a pop question on the screen asking, would you like to donate to support this service at the hospital?
Right, we're gonna stop because it's
yeah.
Right, so
I'll leave it.
I love the name. I love that wheelchair. It took me a little while to work that one out. Wheelchair. I mean, how long did you spend on coming up with that name?
Simply,
Ages.
yeah, no, simply.
It'll take me
Simply.
a couple of years. Questions? Any questions?
Hi, how do you make sure the wheelchairs are used by the people who really need them and not just a random sort of can't be bothered to walk? No, but it's a fair point.
Like kids and stuff. And how do you keep them clean? Because I'm not sure anybody wants.
We're
to
not
use a
located
wheelchair
at the
after I've
hospital,
used
so we're not the one that keeping them clean, obviously. It's the hospital staff that a part of their assignment, they have to clean that, like they clean the other chairs, so that's about the cleaning. How do you make sure people are not abusing the system? Again, it's down to the hospital. I rarely jump into the situation that people just renting chairs for fun.
Oh, have you been to any supermarkets with trolleys?
Yes, not quite the same. But I will say that because we track the usages and we see, we have all the data available to us,
Fine.
and we can follow that.
So if they're going really fast, then it sets off an alarm.
Not about the speed, about the rentals, but yeah.
Who wants to put money, their good, hard-earned cash into this project? Everyone, put your hands up, because then you get to eat. Enjoy your lunch, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.